welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Riti Kumari and I am back with another video on the OOP series, lecture number 10, and here we would be having a quick look on what is abstract classes. So basically, in the last video, we saw about pure virtual functions. So I would suggest you guys to have a look at this particular video first so that you can have a proper understanding of abstract classes, because both like the pure virtual function and the abstract classes are related together. So just to give you an overview, what is a pure virtual function? So basically, it is a kind of virtual function in which we don't have any implementation for the function. There is only declaration. Sorry for the very bad handwriting, but actually I'm writing it on a keypad. Yeah, so basically pure virtual function is a virtual function in which we don't have any kind of implementation for the function, rather we only have a declaration. So if we write like this, consider there is a method or a function called as hello. Now if we write the virtual keyword, consider I am writing it as it would return void, and I am writing it as hello. So basically this was called as a virtual function, but whenever I write hello equal to 0, it is called as pure virtual function. So basically this particular function doesn't have any kind of implementation, only it has a declaration. So this is the use of pure virtual function. So basically a class is abstracted in C++ by declaring at least one of its function as pure virtual function. So if you want to create abstract classes in C++, you need to declare at least one of its function as pure virtual function. So basically it is used, like abstract classes are basically used in a base class, and then in the derived class what we do is, as you can see from this example, let's understand. So basically here is a class car. So car is a class which is having int weight, and then there is a speed, okay, and then there is also one method called as getWeight. So before moving forward in the video, are you someone who is looking to upskill yourself? Are you someone who is applying to jobs but getting rejected, even if you are a working professional or a student? So you are at the very right place. Newton School Full Stack Development Program would help you to upskill yourself and get yourself job ready. There are mentors from top-notch companies like Amazon, Google, Flipkart, and much more, who would be helping you from the very scratch to develop all the skills and get yourself job ready. There are 1500 plus students who have been placed into 800 plus companies like Google, Flipkart, Zomato, Xiaomi, Razorpay, Snapdeal, TCS, and much more. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and apply. The link is in the description. Now as you can see that here we have given the virtual keyword, virtual void speed. So basically whenever we are giving the virtual keyword, it needs to be declared in the derived class. So basically we have given the virtual keyword void speed equal to 0. Now since here we haven't given any implementation for this class, consider that here also I am not giving any of the implementation for this class and I am calling it in int main. Okay, then what will happen? So basically compiler will say na ki you haven't given any kind of implementation for this particular class, you have only declared this class. So if you're calling this method, what I should do, because I don't know anything that what I would be doing, because here you have written virtual void speed equal to 0. So what does this implies? So basically what we will be doing is, if we declare any of the function as pure virtual function, like it needs to be implemented in the derived class. So basically this class Audi is deriving its properties from the class car. So basically here we have given int speed, and here we have now given the implementation for this particular speed. So void speed int x, speed is equal to x. So basically we can understand in a simpler terms, see abstract class is a class that contains at least one pure virtual function. So what we do is we declare a pure virtual function by using this equal to 0, like the pure SS specifier in the declaration of a virtual function member. So basically here we have declared a pure virtual function, and here we are implementing the pure virtual function. So basically here the declaration is taking place and here the implementation is taking place. Now what is the use of abstract classes? You would be thinking ki, okay, we are doing this pure virtual function, then we are just giving the implementation of this pure virtual function in the derived class, but what is the use of this abstract classes? So basically the purpose of abstract class is to provide an appropriate base class from which other classes can inherit properties. Okay, to understand abstract classes in a better way, let's take an example of iPhone. So basically there are many versions of iPhone which are coming into market, like iPhone 11, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, iPhone 14. So there are many versions which are coming, and most probably iPhone 15 will also come. So basically there are various versions of iPhone which is coming into the market. Now iPhone is something which would be having some kind of properties like sound, display, brightness, and much more thing, and like some properties like version, features, and much more thing. Okay, now consider this property features. So basically iPhone would be having many features. So what we can do is we can make this particular feature function as pure virtual function, and then every iPhone version would be having some kind of upgradation in the feature, so they can just inherit properties from this particular iPhone, and they can then provide the implementation for the feature for that particular version. So consider this is having feature, and we have created it at pure virtual function. So basically now this feature would be implemented in iPhone 11. Again, for iPhone 12 we don't need to do all those things, like we don't need to include sound, display, brightness, and everything. It would be inheriting properties from iPhone only, and here we can give the another feature, then here we can give the another feature, and then here we can give the another feature. So basically you can also understand with this example that iPhone 13 is also having 3 versions, like iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. So basically they differ in the rate, like the prices, 13 Pro and Pro Max, but some kind of features are very much similar in them, but for some functionalities they do differ, like the memory. So for this the memory is a bit less, for this the memory is bit more, and for this the memory is very much. For the camera features this is a bit less, this has more, and this has much more. So ऐसे करके ना there are much differences of features which are coming in these particular phones. So basically whenever we are having like mini, 13 and max. Okay, so let's leave this example. So basically whenever we are having a base class to which there are many classes which are deriving some properties and giving re-implementation for the same in that particular classes, and since there are many class, right? So consider I am creating a class B1. Now I have a class C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, many classes which are inheriting properties from this particular class B1. So we make this particular class as abstract class, and all the classes inherit property from this particular class, and then in this particular class there is a pure virtual function which needs to be implemented in all of these classes. So basically we'll give the implementation in this class, this class, this class, this class. So here is the like abstract classes is something which cannot be used to like instantiate any object. Why? The reason is because consider if you are creating this class as abstract, or this is an abstract class. Okay, so whenever you would be creating an object of this particular class, and whenever you will be calling like methods like speed, so there is no implementation for the same, it's only the declaration. So there is no use of creating an object of this particular class. Rather what you can do is you can just inherit all the properties of abstract classes into derived class, or of base class into derived class, and then you can make the objects for these particular classes. So this was all about abstract classes in this particular video. I hope you have a good understanding of abstract classes from this particular video. So if you're someone who is liking my content, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel and wants to stay updated about tech related content as well as hiring off campus and everything, then you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're someone who is finding this series useful, do share it among your friends and do give me feedbacks in the comment section. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, and be safe.